So a few nights ago, I thought of starting something new. And in my mind, I saw that happening. I was enjoying it. I was in the process. And I was loving it. I was capable. But suddenly, out of nowhere, I get this gloomy thought that you're not ready. And you know what? It's a never ending cycle of these limiting thoughts. Every time I convinced myself that I'm ready, it would tell me that I'm not prepared. It would tell me that I don't have the right skill set, or I don't have the right equipment, or worst, what would that long lost friend of mine would say. So every time we want to start something new, there is a toxic and scarred version of us that would not let us be brave about it. And I have a name for it. I call it the limited self. And I'm sure that everybody has it. This dark version, this toxic self, he lives in the deepest, darkest corners of our subconscious. And he's super uncomfortable with starting something new or a simple change. And it was painful for me to get to know this guy because I had to get into all this filth of negative emotions, bad memories, bad experiences. But ultimately, I figured this guy out. And I really want to help you to do that as well. And you should know that this darker version, this limited self, was told many a times by his parents, by his teachers, by his peers, that he's limited, that he's a failure, that he's not intelligent, that he hasn't got it, that he's not special. This guy grew up listening to all this filth, and that's why he's so toxic today. And that's why he doesn't want to start something new. He doesn't want to try anything new because he is just afraid. He's afraid. He's scared to his core. And he didn't even know that all these people, all these caring ones, they were never talking about this guy. They were always talking about their limitations. They were always talking about their failures. They were always addressing themselves and not you. But obviously, this limited self, this kid, these unresolved emotions, these unresolved memories, these horrible experiences, they left a scar on you while you were growing up. And this scar has a name. It has a personality. He lives and operates inside you, inside your mind, and all these limitations you've been facing today, all these limits that you know you have are gifted to you by this limited self. You know you were just a kid when you were shown multiple ways how you're going to fail, how you can fail. And that kid, he took everything to his heart. He internalized everything, every bit. He learned not to try something new because eventually it's going to be a mistake. He started to be afraid of making mistakes. And not being afraid of making mistakes was his only power. That was taken from him. This kid, he became a mediocre and he was denied the right to make a mistake. This scarred kid in you, it became this darker version because he was denied the room for failure. He was denied the right to make a mistake. This limited self is a survival mechanism which is trying to protect you from failing or being laughed at. He thinks he's doing you a favor, so you don't have to live those bad memories You don't have to have those bad experiences ever again. The job of the limited self is always and always to say no to you when you want to try something new. And your duty is to act when this version is saying no. But never forget that this limited self, this dark version, is a part of you and it needs healing. It needs you to take charge of your life. It needs you to be an adult. It needs you to talk to it. That's all it takes. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it, exactly even today, how I use these phrases, these sentences, and you can apply these phrases to your own everyday life. And whenever this guy, this darker version, this limited self tries to come out and tries to limit you. So this is what I do. And believe me, he will listen. With time, he will heal. You take a pen and paper and you write that, hey, I understand. You're scared. You're scared of starting something new. I understand that you are afraid of looking like a fool when you're trying something new. I understand that you're just trying to protect me. You know, it's a power to not be afraid of making mistakes. It's a power to have room for failure. It is not a weakness. Making mistakes, to be able to make mistakes and have room for failure and to fail is not weakness. This is how you learned to walk. And you know, my limited self, even if you are not okay, I, as an adult, am completely fine with doing all these terrifying things. I'm completely fine. I, as an adult, am completely fine with taking all that risk. I'm completely okay with looking like a fool and trying to learn new things. As an adult, it's my decision to start this new thing. And buddy, and limited self, you are safe with me. I will keep you safe. Okay? As an adult, it's okay for me to fail. Believe me, this one small talk, this one small self-talk has the power of healing this dark version, this limited self of yours. Every time this dark version, this limited self comes up, you just talk to him. The way I showed you, or you use your own imagination, you just talk to him, never avoid him. You are all that you have. Remember, nobody has the power to heal you. Only and only you can heal yourself. It's your responsibility to get to know yourself, your dark versions, and how to talk to them, how to heal them, so you can finally move on. I'll keep coming with more topics like these. It's going to get heavy, but it's important. I'll see you again.